Yabba dabba doo, sports fans. Good Sunday morning from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex here in Cranberry Township. We're on a little bit of a delay here. Game before us went to overtime, ran long. The game on the other ice ran long. They've got two Zambonis here. They're both on the other ice trying to get that ice going, and then they're both going to come over here, cut this ice, and get us going. So probably another 10 minutes or so before we're going to be ready to go. And we'll get you some 12U Attanucci girls hockey action here on a Sunday morning. Adam's got the music on loud, so I will be back closer to game time. All right, we've got the double cut underway right now, so hopefully 5 or 6 more minutes, girls will be able to come out here for their warm-up and get this game underway. Busy day here at Lemieux with the championship and semifinal games mostly being played here for the tournament, and we've got a couple of women's professional hockey games on the other sheet, so they're struggling to maintain the schedule on a busy Sunday here, but we'll be with you shortly. All right, so after a short delay, the Zambonis are gone, and we are getting ready to go here with some 12U girls Attanucci hockey action here on a Sunday morning from UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. We're over here on the Covestro rink. You probably notice I'm giving you a little different view than normal. Standing in the center does not seem to be working here for lots of reasons. I can't get the plug-in LAN to work. I can't get the wireless to work. I can't get my hotspots to work in that particular spot. So we're going to try it from down here at this end. I realize I'm inside the blue line on the near end. The good news is I'm on the end where the girls are going to shoot twice. So hopefully bring you some good action on this end. But that's what we're going to give you today because the center doesn't work. It's hard to see the corners with the table in the way. So we're going to give you the view from this corner and hope we get a game out. So this is the consolation game. Lots of noise yesterday. The EYHA Lady Dragons actually had a worse win-loss record than us, but somehow advanced to the semis because of the convoluted and, quite frankly, nonsensical scoring system that this tournament uses. But their fallback position is that's the way they wrote it, so that's what they go with. Apparently, they never anticipated a situation where a team with a lower record could have more points in their convoluted scoring system. So, as always, they promise to look at it and think about it for future tournaments, but call this announcer skeptical. We heard that last year and nothing changed. So, nonetheless, we'll play a consolation game here against these Vegas Junior Golden Knights. We've got the girls in their bananas on the far end there, as you can see. And right here in this close end where we'll shoot twice and you'll get a better view of the action are the Vegas Junior Golden Knights in their gray jerseys with golden red trim on the sleeves and gray socks. So we'll let you watch the girls warm up. Adam, is the music on loud? I'm going to go back on mute and be back when they're ready to drop the puck. All right, the warm-up clock has expired. So the girls are going to pick them up, put them away, have their traditional pre-game huddle at the net, sticks raised, and we'll get this game underway. For those of you that are here, I'm grateful, as always, on a Sunday morning. We're running about 20 minutes late getting this game started due to late game ahead of us that went to overtime, and then challenges with getting the Zambonis. They were over on the other ice. So nonetheless, we'll play it now. We'll get this consolation game between the Vegas Junior Golden Knights and your Penns Elite 12U Attanucci's underway momentarily. The girls are over getting some final instruction from the coaches. And here we go. Looks like it's going to be Dixon, Gaffney, and Warner with Blinka and, can't see, Betzler back. 12-minute periods. And Zebra drops the puck. Here we go. Vegas comes up the center. Skate around one player. Blinka chips that off her stick. Goes in on goaltender Barber. And we're going to get an early whistle here. Just 8 seconds into the game as the music comes back on again. So I've got to talk through these breaks or YouTube has a fit and takes them down for music copyright violations given the volume of the music. So Scarlatelli with the draw. Vegas shoots. Barber knocks that to the end line. Betzler picks it up there. Vegas applies pressure in the corner. Centering pass, Blinka knocked that out of the way, and here comes Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli over to Warner. Warner loses it momentarily. She gains it down the near wall. You're going to be a little bit blind there just below me, but that's the best I can give you. As Vegas sends it back the other way. And we're going to get an icing. My choice to give you that is to loosen the loosen the vertical scroll up and down, and quite frankly, that'll make you dizzy, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just pan back and forth, and you'll be a little blind below me here as Makasenka, Stevens, and Shannon come out with McVeigh and Bukovic back. Makasenka on the draw here. She's going to draw it over towards Shannon. Shannon loses it along the near wall below me, and here come the Knights up the near wall. Stevens battling, Bukovic battling, and they turn the puck the other way. Here comes Shannon. Shannon through neutral ice, gets around one player, loses it. Vegas takes it in behind the net. Over to Makasenka. Makasenka cuts it off on the far wall. They battle there. Stevens picks it up. Stevens comes in the center, shoots, misses near side, puck in the near corner. And Shannon's going to battle the corner and send it in deeper. They're below me here, battling on the wall. You can just see the tops of their heads, and Vegas sends it back the other way. It's going to go all the way down, and we're going to get an icing. So we'll come back down here, which should be to the near dot. Zebra's already ready. 10:54. Get a wholesale change. Out comes Dixon, Makasenka, and Mrazek with Betzler and Zivkovic back on D. As Scarlatelli's going to step in and take this draw. Here in the near circle was, Adam turned it off so I can take a break, but didn't get it in time. Zivkovic shoots from the point weakly, blocked by a Knight. Puck loose along the blue line. Here come the Knights the other way, 3-on-1. Betzler hurries to get back into play. Knights down the near wall. Shoot, blocked by Zivkovic. Hit her in the back of the leg, which she is now holding. She's going to skate slowly to the bench. Dixon. Dixon kicks it up the near wall. Dixon shoots. Vegas player tipped it, almost put it in their own net. Mrazek crashed, couldn't get it. Betzler sends it in deeper. Mrazek couldn't get a stick on that. Now it's Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli shoots over the net. Into the near corner here below me. Vegas battles. Dixon battles. Now Scarlatelli, she whiffs on it once. Sends it into the center. Mrazek dives, couldn't get a stick on it. Puck over to the far wall. Dixon pokes it lower. Dixon off her chest, it goes into the corner. Vegas, game's almost in slow motion right now. Dixon comes out of there with it. Shoots high over the net into the near corner. They battle below me. Mrazek sends it in deeper. Dixon centers for Scarlatelli's shot. Nice save by the Vegas goalie, and it goes back to the point. Betzler cheated in. They're going to have to regroup. Betzler sends it around Mrazek. Mrazek up the far wall, loses it to a Knights player, regains, sends it into the zone, too far for Dixon. Mrazek falls down. Scarlatelli cuts that off center ice. Sends it back the other way. Arms up. We're going to get an icing the other way. And we're going to come down here to the far side. And go into what appears to be the near circle for a draw to Barber's left. You're right on the screen. Warner, Makasenka, and Gaffney with Bukovic and Blinka as Makasenka steps in to take this draw. She wins it over towards Blinka. Blinka sends it up the wall but not out. Vegas shoots from there. Sent back over to the near wall. Warner. Warner brings it up the near wall. Still skating with it. She loses it to a Vegas player. They come back the other way. Puck into the far corner. Bukovic chases it down. She chips it off the wall to Makasenka. Makasenka sends it out. Knights pick it up. That's Warner poking at it. Warner pokes at it again. Vegas through neutral ice. Makasenka loses it. Vegas gains the zone. Blinka sends it back out. Vegas has to wait for the zone to clear. It didn't. And we're going to get an offsides. So we're going to wholesale change here. Scarlatelli, Shannon, and Stevens come out with McVeigh and Betzler as Scarlatelli steps in to take this draw. Vegas wins it back. Vegas sends it up the wall. Can't get it past Shannon. Shannon sends it back the other way. I'm going to chase it down into the corner. Vegas gets there first. They fumble with it behind the net. Shannon comes in and applies some pressure. Betzler holds the point, shoots, blocked. Scarlatelli picks it up far wall. She backhands, can't get it through. Vegas sends it up the wall. Back to the point to Betzler. Betzler shoots. Scarlatelli has it in close, couldn't put it on net. Now Stevens picks it up in the corner. Vegas sends it up the wall and out. No, now this time it does come out, past McVeigh. McVeigh turns, Stevens picks it up. Stevens gains the zone. Stevens is going to rip a shot, hits the goalie in the some form of a piece of plastic. I heard it, not sure what. Wasn't high enough to be the neck. She hit the goalie in something hard though, because I heard it. Centering pass comes through the middle. Scarlatelli picks it up, can't get a shot off. Stevens gets it over to Scarlatelli, and the Vegas Knights clear. Back to McVeigh. McVeigh sends it in, but both Shannon and Scarlatelli weren't yet out, and we're going to get an offsides. So we'll go to the UPL. No, they're going to bring it back to center ice, it appears, and we'll get a face-off here. Makasenka, Dixon, and Mrazek with Bukovic and Blinka back. As Bukovic chips it ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka comes through the center of the zone, puts it over to Dixon as she falls down. She's pulled down, sends it to the end line, and Vegas picks it up there. They're going to reverse it up the wall below me, past Blinka, and it's going to go all the way down, and we'll get an icing. So we're going to come back down here to what should be the near circle. We get another draw with 7:26 to go first period. No score early in this consolation game. Still Makasenka, Dixon, Mrazek, Bukovic, and Blinka. For those of you tallying the players at home. Nice close look here with my position. As the girls battle for it, Vegas comes out of there with it. They're going to take it down the middle of the ice this time. Player skates in, Bukovic chips it away, and here comes Bukovic. Bukovic has support from Dixon and Makasenka. Bukovic comes in on her own, sends it over to Dixon. Dixon shoots it in behind the net where Makasenka's going to battle. Makasenka's going to pick it up, send it in front for Dixon, couldn't get a stick on it. Over to the far wall. Mrazek chips at it, Dixon steps in, cuts it off. Dixon shoots from there, blocked. Puck to the end line now. Vegas picks it up behind the net. Vegas reverses direction. They chip it up the wall behind the zebra. Here they come up the near wall. Now gaining the center of the ice. Now back to the near wall. And Vegas was offsides, so with 6:40 to go. We should come right here to this Armstrong dot for another draw as Warner, Scarlatelli, and Gaffney come out with, I think that's McVeigh and Zivkovic back. So Scarlatelli's going to step in, take this draw. Vegas wins it back. They send it up the near wall, past everybody. McVeigh picks it up there. McVeigh loses it, breakaway by a Vegas player. Goaltender Barber lets up a rebound, puck bounces through the crease. Vegas picks it up and looks like McVeigh sends it back to the point, but not out. Puck loose in the center between the circles, and it's going to be Zivkovic picking it up there. She tries to send it up to Warner, gets it there. Warner coming through center ice now. Scarlatelli waits, Warner gains his own. Warner shoots, misses near side. Puck behind the net. Gaffney chips it off the back of the net. Zivkovic cheats over, picks it up top of the zone. Zivkovic bloops it into the zone, bouncing puck. Knights clear that off. As the puck comes back to the point, Zivkovic throws it in deeper. Warner battles. Scarlatelli cuts it off top of the zone. Scarlatelli gaining some space, dumped it down to Gaffney, who backhanded it near side. Warner behind the net. Warner dancing with it. It's in her feet. All the time in the world here. Warner needs to shoot. She shoots off the side of the net. Scarlatelli puts it back to Warner. Warner sends it to the point where a Vegas player and McVeigh battle. And that Vegas player chips it out as Warner regroups center ice. Waits for Scarlatelli to clear and gains the near side. Warner below me into the corner. They battle there as Scarlatelli comes in. Warner falls down. They continue to battle in the corner. Puck around now to the far corner. And Gaffney's going to go chase it down. She's going to send it towards the center. Knights chip that out. Gaffney picks it up there. She backhands it to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli turns. Scarlatelli shoots, hits the goalie in the glove, and it falls down. Knights are going to clear past Zivkovic on this point. She's going to turn, and the Knights are going to take it. Now Scarlatelli comes in to help as Zivkovic fell down. Knights send it back up the wall. Zivkovic picks it up there. She loses the puck in neutral ice. And here come the Knights through the center of the zone. Scarlatelli stood that player up, separated her from the puck, and here she comes. Scarlatelli through neutral ice. She lost the puck to the near wall. And here come the Knights the other way. Shot blocked by Blinka. Blinka sends it up the near wall. Not out. Knights throw it towards the net off the side of the goal. Betzler sends it back to the near corner. Knights shoot again behind all the way around to the far corner. Knights pick it up there. Puck in behind the net now. Centering pass, Betzler cut that off. Here they come, breaking out. Betzler chips it off the wall, Knights pick that up. It's through Stevens' legs, Betzler again. Betzler sends it across to Makasenka, too far. Makasenka's gonna have to go try to chase that down, but instead, the Knights get there first. Knight's clear, can't. Betzler holds. Here comes Makasenka. Makasenka skates in. She shoots, misses near side. She picks it up, throws it in the center. Stevens throws it at the goalie save. Knights bring it around the near side. Stevens picks it up there. She skates into the center of the zone. She's going to rip that shot. She hits the post. Puck falls down. Shannon bangs at it. Can't knock it in. Makasenka picks it up. Stevens needs to get out a little further. She was in too deep. And Blinka's going to have the Knights clear it here. As they poke it in, they're going to be offsides with 3:08 to go. We'll come here to the FNB dot. Below me to the right for another draw. Dixon, Scarlatelli, and Mrazek with Bukovic and McVeigh back. Knights pick that up, clear it back. Bukovic picks it up, sends it down. Over to Mrazek. Mrazek spins. Tries to throw it ahead to Scarlatelli, too far. Knights send it up the near wall. Bukovic sends it back to Dixon. Dixon up the near wall, looking for a helper. She's going to shoot it herself, deflected. Drops in the center of the circles, nobody there for the Pens. Over to the point, past McVeigh, and Bukovic is going to chase that down in our defensive zone. Bukovic in behind the net, reverses directions, up the near wall. Mrazek's there. Mrazek sends it up the wall to Dixon. Knights are going to pick it up, neutralized, come back the other way. Dixon sends it ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli loses at center ice. Bukovic sends it back. Knights have it, wait for the zone to clear. As they try to send it in, they do. Now it comes cross ice to Mrazek from Bukovic. Mrazek sends it into Dixon in the center. Dixon shoots. Dixon top right corner, I should say. Claire Dixon bangs it in. And the girls strike first, and it's 1-0 Pens Elite. Nice shot by Claire Dixon, top right corner. And it's 1-0 with 2:03 on the official clock here in the first period of this consolation game. So Makasenka, Gaffney, Stevens, Betzler, and Zivkovic back as Makasenka steps in for this draw back to Betzler. Betzler chips it ahead to Gaffney. Gaffney sends it down the wall. Vegas picks it up there. They clear it out back to Gaffney, who sends it back in. And that same Vegas Knights player will chip it, but Warner picks it up. Well, it's Warner, not Stevens. And coming down the far side, shot. Barber knocked that down as they crashed the net. And she got a cover on it as a Vegas player crashed her. The puck's behind the net, but the whistle blew. So we will get a draw in what looks to be the far circle. With minute 42 to go, Makasenka's going to step in for this draw. Get the clock back in sync here. And still a second or two behind as Vegas shoots, misses far side. Makasenka picks it up behind the net. Here she comes up the near wall. She chips it ahead, can't get it all the way through to Warner. This time it does trickle through. Vegas picks it up back neutralized. Gaffney sent it in deeper. Gaffney's going to go chase it down. She's getting shouldered. Shouldered again. As Warner shoots it off Gaffney's foot back to the top of the zone. Vegas tries to clear here on the near wall, and they do. As they send it across the ice past everybody. And they gain the zone, but that was offsides. There with a minute 6 to go. Somehow the clock operator's not starting or stopping too soon because he's getting further away from me. So we got Stevens, Scarlatelli, and Shannon with Bukovic and Blinka back. Scarlatelli steps in for this draw. They continue to battle for the puck at neutral ice. Now I've got the clock back in sync. Here comes Shannon. Shannon rips a shot. Rebound. Stevens can't get there as a Vegas player got there before her. And they battle in the corner. Scarlatelli centers. Shannon can't get a stick on it. Blinka cheats in. It gets by Blinka. Bukovic is the only one back. Here come two Knights players. Knights player down the near wall. Pass it in. Bukovic broke that pass up. Stevens picks it up. There they come the other way. Stevens puts it ahead. Couldn't get it to Scarlatelli. Puck back in. Blinka sends it over to the wall. Center. Puck loose in the center. They turn, shoot. Bukovic tipped that one, and Scarlatelli's going to pick it up in her, Barber's going to pick it up in her goaltending equipment. As we're going to get a wholesale change here for the Pens. As this faceoff's going to be in the near circle. In the far end of the rink. Makasenka steps in to take this draw, and it comes across as Vegas wins that draw to the far wall, where Mrazek picks it up and sends it all the way down for what will be an icing. So we've got 19 ticks left in the first frame. We're going to go to that far circle for another draw. Bukovic and Blinka are going to remain back. Dixon, Makasenka, and Mrazek are going to stay out there, as Makasenka is going to take this draw in the far circle, far end of the ice, to end this period with 19 seconds to go. Vegas wins that draw. Puck bouncing in the circle. They continue to battle for it. Makasenka picks it up there, loses it to a Vegas player. Centering pass gets through everybody. Goaltender Barber with a save, kicked it to the end wall. Puck loose in the center of the circle there. Vegas player picks it up, turns, tries to shoot, can't. And that's going to do it for the first frame. That music's going to come on loud, so I'm going to go on mute and come back for frame number 2. All right, they're going to come out for period number 2. Makasenka, Dixon, Mrazek again with McVeigh and Zivkovic back. Goaltender Barber now to my right, or my left rather, as Makasenka comes out of that circle with it. She skates it up through the center of the ice. She shoots, misses far side. Knights have it up the wall. They battle for it there. McVeigh tried to hold the point, couldn't. It's going to be a foot race. Zivkovic's going to pick that up. She's going to backhand it weakly and not out of the zone. McVeigh this time sends it out with authority. Knights have to wait for the zone to clear. They go D to D. Makasenka almost cut that off. As Mrazek applies pressure, they bounce the puck in off the glass. Zivkovic clears this time. Here comes Makasenka. 2 Knights players back. She has helpers. She tries to get it over there. Can't. Mrazek picks it up. Mrazek fanned on the shot. Puck loose in between the circles. Mrazek chips it in lower. Knights are going to get it there. Dixon overskated. Mrazek picks it up top of the circle. Weak shot, chipped away by a Knights defender. We're going to get a penalty here. Looks like on the Pens. So we'll see what they're going to call. Looks like a trip on Makasenka. So Makasenka's going to go sit in the bin for a trip with 11:01 to go first period. We're going to come all the way back down here for a face-off after the penalty to Kylie Makasenka for a trip. 1-minute penalty with 11:01 to go second period. 1-0 Pens. Scarlatelli's going to step in and take this draw with Betzler, Warner, and Blinka on the kill. Knights come out of there with it. Back to the point. Scarlatelli cuts it off. She's going to get over the red line and dump it. They wave off the icing, obviously. She had cleared the red line. So that'll take the first 15-20 seconds off the penalty. Betzler's going to step up, dump it in deep again. Knights player blocks that back. Betzler steps up again, throws it in deeper, goes behind the net. Knights player picks it up there, sends it around to the far side where Blinka's going to pick it up. Blinka throws it into the center shorthanded. Knights finally clear, but that ate away half the penalty. And here comes the puck back this way. Betzler sends it across for Blinka. Blinka's going to throw it up the wall. Knights cut that off. They throw it towards the center. Betzler blocked that, throws it back to the wall. Knights player cheats in, shoots, bouncing puck. Barber gets her goaltending equipment on that, covers it up. And with 10-12 to go in the second period, 12 seconds to go in the penalty, we're going to get a draw here in our defensive zone shorthanded. Bukovic, McVeigh, Scarlatelli, and Warner out here on the kill. As Scarlatelli takes the draw, wins it over to Bukovic. Bukovic chips it past, but it's going to go all the way down, and it will be an icing. So with 10:05, we'll come back to this exact same circle, and we will do it again as I continue to talk over the music to avoid the copyright issues with YouTube. This is one they're particularly sensitive to, so I have to talk through this break to confuse the copyright screener. And puck up the far wall. Knights shoot from there, miss near side. That's going to do it for the penalty to Makasenko. They center it, comes through everybody. Knights player comes in. Scarlatelli blocked that shot, and here she comes. Scarlatelli loses the puck. Knights player took it off of her. Shoots past Bukovic. Barber with the save. Rebound. Puck loose in front of the crease. And Bukovic cleans it off, but not out. It does come out. Here comes Gaffney. Gaffney up the ice. Gaffney shoots, weak. Goalie save. Rebound loose. Warner tried to knock that in, couldn't. Bouncing puck. As it comes back to neutralize, Bukovic picks it up, sends it over to Warner. Or to McVeigh, rather. I'm going to get a whistle here, not sure what. I'm going to call a penalty on Warner. Must have been some post-action activity at that far end. I saw some colliding and some forms of a mini fracas happening down there, and they got Warner for it. So Warner's going to go spend some time in the bin. Eric is over there talking to her, not sure what happened. I did not see it. We'll have to go back and see if the stream picked it up. But with 9:27 to go, we're going to have Stevens, Betzler, Zivkovic, and Shannon on the kill here. Stevens wins it over to Shannon. Shannon can't clear it. Comes back to Betzler. Betzler chips it ahead. It does come out. And Knights send it back in, but they're going to be offsides with 9:16 to go. First 10 seconds of the penalty gone. As we're going to go back to center ice for some reason here, not to this FNB dot right here. But Stevens takes the draw. Vegas wins that back. Zivkovic picks it up. She can't hold the zone as the Knights dump it, and it's going to be an icing. So this will be an opportunity to take a draw all the way down here to the far circle. To the right of the Knights goalie, you're left on the screen with 9:07 to go, 40 seconds left in the penalty to Warner for what I can only assume is roughing. And Stevens will step in and take this draw. Shannon, Betzler, and Zivkovic. Knights win that draw. They send it past Zivkovic back to neutralize. And Betzler's going to pick it up. Betzler throws it up the wall to Shannon. Too far. Hits Stevens in the leg. Knights player still comes back with it. They're coming up the near wall. They shoot, miss near side. Knights center. Betzler cuts that off. Puck on the side of the net. Now they battle. Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic throws it into center ice. Knights shoot again. Barber gets that in her goalie goaltending equipment. And with 8:37 to go, 11 seconds in the penalty to Warner. We're going to get a draw in this far circle as we're going to get Bukovic and Blinka come out on D, relieving Betzler and Zivkovic. And looks like Mrazek and Dixon are going to come out and relieve Stevens and Shannon on this kill. So we're going to have Dixon step in and take this draw here in our defensive zone. 11 seconds to go in the penalty to Warner. As Blinka tries to chip it up the wall, can't. Knights regain it. Mrazek has it in the corner. She sends it back through the center of the zone and out. And that's going to go on net, so no icing. We wave it off as Makasenko joins the ice as Warner goes from the box to the bench. Knights send it up the far wall, out. And here they come. 2-on-1 with Bukovic. Mrazek hurries to get back into play. Shot. Barber catches that in her goalie goaltending glove, and we're going to go to the far circle over here to get a face-off to Barber's left. You're right on the screen, and Makasenko's going to step in and take this draw with Dixon and Mrazek as I continue to talk over the music. Knights hold at the point, shoot it in deeper. They battle for it on the end line. Knights player falls down. I'm not sure what they're going to call there. Unless they're calling it on a Knights player, I was going to say. There would be no way they're calling that on Bukovic. So they're going to put a Knights player in the box for hooking. And we're going to go all the way down here. Might be time to load up on the power play. We'll see what the coaches decide to do. We could break the game open here, but it doesn't appear they're going to do that. They're going to stick with Makasenko, Dixon, Mrazek, McVeigh, and Zivkovic. might be one of those situations where they would load up. But 7:55 to go, they do not decide to do that. Puck over to the near wall, Mrazek battles for it, or over the far wall rather, Mrazek battles for it. Loose there, Mrazek tries to center, cut off by Knight, back to the point. Zivkovic picks it up, she shoots from there, bouncing puck, blocked by Knight to the corner. Knight send it up the wall, Zivkovic holds to Dixon, Dixon too far. Puck up the wall again, Zivkovic holds. She throws it towards the net, and it goes in. I believe that would have been either Makasenka or Dixon. I didn't see it. Makasenka and Dixon were both there. One of them got a stick on it. Zivkovic threw it forward. So I'm not sure who they're going to give that one to, but Makasenka and Dixon were both there. And one of them tipped it in. So I'm not going to venture a guess as to who that got that power play goal. But Zivkovic threw it towards the net, and either Makasenka or Dixon knocked that in. And it's now 2-0 Pens on a power play goal as the Knights pick it up. They're going to bring it down the near wall. Gaffney puts a shoulder into that girl. Shot weakly misses near side. Zivkovic tries to chip it ahead, hits a Knight with it. Warner has it, up the far wall, lost it to a Knight. We'll see who they call it for here. Oh, they're going to give it to Zivkovic from the point. It looked like it was tipped in front of the net to me. But we're going to give it to Warner coming up the near side here, or the far side here. Warner gets in too deep, can't do anything with it. Tries to center, can't. And she sends it across the center of the zone now, and Scarlatelli picks it up on the far wall. They're going to battle there. Scarlatelli comes out with it. She's going to come through. Scarlatelli shoots it up high. Goaltender blocks it behind the net, Warner. Warner around to Scarlatelli. Player falls on their own goalie in the crease. They throw it in front, cut off by a Knight. And the Knights are going to send it up the far wall, or the near wall here. And Betzler sends it in, misses near side. Warner picks it up. Warner dances with it, tries to center for Scarlatelli. It was behind her. Knights are going to clear it. And Betzler's going to have to hurry here. Betzler kicks it. Knights player continues to battle hard with Betzler. Two Knights in the corner now. Gaffney picks it up. Gaffney sends it ahead to Warner in a nice pass. Warner dances through a couple of Knights, loses the puck to the near wall. And it goes back to the point where Scarlatelli and Betzler are battling with the Knights and the Zebra for the puck. Knights clear it past Betzler. And Blinka's going to chase this down. Blinka's going to bring it across the top of the zone. She chips it ahead and out. Knights player chips it in as Betzler's going to go pick it up. Betzler loses it, Stevens picks it up. Stevens around one Knights player. Here she comes. She's got players ahead of her. Stevens turns. Stevens gets around another Knights player. Stevens rips a shot right into the breadbasket of the goalie. And with 5:20 to go, 2-0. We're going to get a face-off in that near circle to the right on the screen, to the left of the Knights goalie. We'll bring you that face-off action. Makasenka with Shannon and Stevens. McVeigh and Bukovic back. Makasenka tries to draw it over to Shannon. She does. Shannon sends it towards the net, blocked by a Knights player. That Knight throws it back. They're going to call it a tip, so there's no icing, as McVeigh picks that up. McVeigh loses it, and Stevens picks it up. Here comes Stevens again. Stevens lumbering through center ice. She's taking it herself. Stevens rips another shot. And that one goes in, top left corner. Didn't look like it was in to me, and I didn't see the referee point, but the horn blew. So Stevens picks up the third goal of the game as she comes down through the center of the ice, puts it top left corner on the Knights goalie, and just like that, it's 3-0 with 4:56 to go in this game. So I'll get the clock back in sync. This clock operator is a little slow on the start, quite frankly, and it's causing me to get out of sync. As Scarlatelli brings it through, drops it back to the point. Bukovic holds, comes into the center for Dixon. Dixon shoots, goalie with a save. Goes behind the net now. Over to the far wall, Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli drops it to Bukovic. Bukovic throws it there. Mrazek couldn't get a stick on it. She had that side of the net open. Mrazek throws it in deeper. Knights player picks it up there. Sends it across the goal mouth to the far wall, where the Knights pick it up. as Bukovic fell down, but she maintained control of the puck, and they're going to call that offsides. Not sure I saw it or that I agree, but they're going to call Bukovic offsides there. So we're going to go to the Dunkin' dot in front of the Penguins bench for a draw. And we will get that draw with what looks to be Makasenka, Gaffney, and Warner, with Betzler and Zivkovic back. Makasenka's going to step in, take that draw, win it back. Betzler's going to have to chase it down in the corner. Betzler picks it up, sends it ahead to a Knights player, who then sends it back, cut off by Gaffney. Gaffney chips it ahead. She loses the puck there. Knights clear it at the point. And here they come up the near wall. Makasenka chipped it off her stick. Gaffney chipped it ahead. Gaffney picked it up. Knights took it off of her at the top of the zone. They continue to battle. Gaffney battles, chips it out. And it's going to go all the way down and be an icing. So with 3:40 to go, we're going to come back down here, and out come Shannon, Scarlatelli, and Stevens, with Betzler and Zivkovic back on D. So Scarlatelli's going to step in and take this draw here in the near circle. It's going to be Scarlatelli stepping in to take this draw. Knights come out of there with it. They send it weakly in on Barber. The puck was not covered, but they blew the whistle. The puck was squirting into the crease. Barber did not have it in her equipment, but the referee thought she did and gave her the whistle. So we're going to go to the same circle, 3:36. Same players. Scarlatelli's going to take this draw. This time she's going to come out of there with it. Ahead to Stevens. Stevens trying to maintain. Stevens on a breakaway. Stevens got in too deep. Didn't get any shots off there. She got in too deep, didn't get a shot off, and the goalie poked that into the corner. Or caught it up in her goaltending equipment. So we're going to go over into this circle here. Scarlatelli, Stevens, and Shannon stay out. As Scarlatelli tries to draw it over to Stevens, couldn't get it there. Bukovic holds. Stevens picks it up now. She comes in. Stevens rips another shot. Shannon on the rebound over the net. Sends it back in the center. Stevens couldn't do anything with it. Puck loose in the front. Scarlatelli shoots, can't get it in. Puck still loose, and the Knights are going to pick it up there. Stevens poked it off that player's stick. She picked it up on the far side. Stevens throws it towards the net. Scarlatelli couldn't get a stick on it. Scarlatelli picks it up. She's dancing with it. Knights throw it back to the center to Shannon. Shannon shot blocked by a Knight. And the Knights are going to pick it up there and clear it past Blinka at the point. Bukovic is going to skate over and pick it up. She's going to send it in. Shannon just got out of the zone. Cross ice, Scarlatelli is going to come over and pick it up. Ahead to Shannon. Shannon tries to get around one player, can't. Stevens picks it up top of the circles. She's dancing, waiting for this play to develop. Back to the point to Blinka. Blinka sends it down to Shannon, too far. Puck behind the net now, Shannon. Shannon puts it in front for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli shoots, puck loose. Stevens couldn't get a stick on a bouncing rebound, and here come the Knights. 2:15 to go, second period, 3-1 Pens. Knights up the near wall. Bukovic poked it off her stick. They battle in the corner. Bukovic chips it by one Knights player. They continue to battle. Dixon now battling there. Makasenka joins the battle. Knights come out of there with it. Bukovic pokes that to the wall. Bukovic blocked that centering attempt. Then Makasenka comes out of there with it. Makasenka up the far wall. Gets several Knights back, but she's going to keep skating. She's going to dance around one, dance around another. She gets around everybody. Kylie Makasenka bangs it in, top bar down, left side of the net. A nice individual play by Kylie. And it's now 4-0 Pens. So with 1:45 to go, second period, 4-0 Pens on a goal by Makasenka. And we're going to have another draw. Makasenka's going to stay out there with Dixon and Mrazek. Makasenka pushes it ahead to Dixon, overskates it. Puck comes into our zone. And the Knights are going to pick it up there, go D to D. It's going to go over to the point. Zivkovic's going to chip it in deeper. Knights are going to track it down there behind the net, send it up the wall past Dixon. Zivkovic chips it in deeper, at least momentarily. Knights' turn. This time it comes out. McVeigh's going to chase it down center ice. McVeigh's going to try to chip it off the wall, can't. Knights are going to poke it in past her. Come over here to the near wall, where Mrazek's going to chip it ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka's going to chip it past one Knights player. He's going to come in with it, shoot. It gets tipped. Hits the glass behind the net on the near side. Puck around to the far side. Knights player chips it by Zivkovic. Mrazek will chase it down. Mrazek sends it ahead, cut off by a Knight. Knights come up the near wall. Into the center. Shoot. Goaltender Barber gets that in her glove with 45.8 to go second period. 4-0 Pens. So we're going to come to the near dot here. We're going to have Betzler and Blinka with Gaffney, Warner, and Scarlatelli as Scarlatelli steps in for this draw. Warner pokes at it, goes to the corner. Betzler has it behind the net. She sends it around the wall. Too far for Blinka. Knights are going to pick it up there. Knights are going to shoot from there. Bouncing puck, blocked by Betzler to the corner. Scarlatelli up the wall, not out. Knights have it there. They battle Blinka. They send it back to the near circle. Betzler chipped it ahead, not out. Knights have it at the point. Shot from there, gets through everybody to the near wall. 21 ticks to go. Warner has it. Not out as they battle on the near wall. And it finally comes out as Scarlatelli's going to go dig for it. Scarlatelli up the far side with 7 seconds to go. Scarlatelli gets a shot off. Goalie with the save. Puck over to the far side. And that's going to do it for this second period. We've played 2. It's 4-0 Pens. And I'll be back with you for the third. All right, Shannon, Makasenka, and Stevens come out with McVeigh and Bukovic to start this third. Goaltender Barber down to the right as Shannon pokes it ahead. Knights clear it back to center where McVeigh's going to chip it ahead to Stevens. Stevens down the far wall. Stevens turns, rips a shot. Goalie tips it above the net as Makasenka tries to center. Can't. She fans on it. Stevens comes over to help in the corner here. Puck loose. Shannon. Shannon turns, puts a shot on net. Knights player almost put it in their own net there as the goalie covered that up with the glove. So Shannon's going to take this draw. She got Stevens in the snipe spot. Let's see if it works. Backhand for Page, so unlikely as that gets drawn back to Bukovic. She shoots from the point. Goalie knocks that over to the far side. Stevens goes and chips at it back to the point. McVeigh holds, throws it in deeper. Makasenka chips at that one, stops it. And Bukovic chips it in deeper. This time the Knights will get it out up the far wall. Bukovic is going to chase that down in the neutral zone. Top of our defensive zone. She sends it back off the wall and out. Knights are going to send it in. And they're going to be offsides with 11:10 to go. Should go to the dot in front of the Penguins bench. As Warner, Gaffney, and Dixon come out with, looks like Betzler and Zivkovic back. Dixon's going to step in and take this draw. Wins it over in the direction of Warner, too far. Warner goes and chases it down. Puts a shoulder into a much smaller Vegas player and sends it down into the corner. Where Vegas is going to go battle for it. Warner's going to put another shoulder. And it's going to go up the wall, and this time it'll go out, and Betzler's going to have to chase this down. Bring it around the top. She reverses direction. And comes out and back in, and Vegas is going to be offsides again with 10:45 to go. So we'll come here to the Armstrong dot, lower right-hand corner of your screen. We'll get a face-off there with Dixon. Knights players chip it ahead. They gain the zone in the center. And Betzler chips that off. Sends it up the wall and out. Gaffney ahead to Dixon. Dixon has one player back to beat, two trailing. Dixon gets around one, loses the puck to the trailers. As Gaffney steps in and chops at it. Betzler sends it in deeper past Gaffney. Gaffney chops at that one. Knights player maintains contact. And here they come as Dixon strips it away. Betzler dumps it ahead, too far for Gaffney. Knights come back the other way. Knights gain the zone. Up the far wall now. Shoot. Goaltender Barber tips that behind the net into the far corner. Gaffney chips at it. Now Betzler chips. Dixon. Warner has it. Warner skates with it at the top of the zone. Here she comes up the far wall. Warner forgot the puck as she entered the zone, and the Knights pick that back up. Colleen slams her stick on the ice in disgust. Bukovic ahead. Too far for Gaffney. Warner tried to pick that off, couldn't. This time it's going to be Bukovic. Bukovic puts it in the center of the ice where the Knights pick it up, come back the other way. Dixon applies some pressure. Knights come up the near side, shoot, miss to the far side, where Stevens is going to pick it up. Overskates, goes low to Bukovic. Bukovic backhands up the wall, Knights player has it. Pass Stevens into the corner, Bukovic is going to chase it down. She's going to reverse it up the far wall, where Scarlatelli's going to pick it up, and here she comes. Scarlatelli with Shannon ahead, Stevens trailing. Scarlatelli dances in on the near side. Scarlatelli falls down. Knights have it along the wall. Pass Stevens. Stevens has it now in the center. Stevens shoots, misses near side. Puck over to the far wall where Bukovic picks it up. Bukovic tried to center for Stevens, couldn't get it through. Bukovic again down to Stevens, too far. Puck behind the net. Now Knights will get there first. Past Scarlatelli over to the wall. Blinka's going to hold the point, send it in deeper. Can't get it through to Scarlatelli. Stevens stops that momentarily on the wall. Blinka sends it in deeper. Stevens comes out of there with it. Stevens falls down, no call. Blinka. Stevens pulled that girl down in retaliation, no call. Puck loose. Scarlatelli rebound. Puck over to the point where Scarlatelli lost it back to center, where Blinka's going to send it back. Blinka's going to send it ahead to Shannon. Shannon down the near wall, dumps it deep, where Vegas Golden Knights player is going to pick it up in the corner. Puck loose there on the wall. Stevens gets out. Scarlatelli doesn't as Shannon sends it in. With 7:57 to go, we're going to go to the UPMC dot. We get a draw in front of the Vegas bench with 7:56 to go. Third period, Penguins up 4-0 in this consolation game here at the Thanksgiving Pip Girls Fest. Dixon wins the draw over here to the near wall, where the Knights are going to get there first and send it up the ice. Zivkovic stops it. Zivkovic sends it back into the center to a Knights player, who backhands it ahead in the direction of the zebra. McVeigh's going to pick it up there. McVeigh too far for Dixon, but gets it to Mrazek as Mrazek collides with a Knights player and knocks her down. And Mrazek picks it up on the far wall. She chips it in deeper. Knights have it there. Puck comes to the point. McVeigh holds. Mrazek can't get a stick on it. Knights clear. McVeigh's going to chase that back down at center. Throw it up the wall to Dixon. Dixon loses the handle. Knights clear. They throw it in. Dixon got out. It's clear. As Mrazek chips it off that Knights player's stick. Shoulder into Mrazek. No call. And they're going to chase it down, but not before it's an icing. And I need to be at 7:07 because I had the clock did not start. So 7:07 to go. Third period. We're going to come back down here to the near circle. Warner, Shannon, and Gaffney out here with McVeigh and Zivkovic. Face off here in the near circle. Shannon's going to take this draw. Zebra drops a puck. Vegas wins it. Warner chips at it. Shannon steps into it. Warner holds it, throws it into the center. Nobody there. Vegas picks it up. Gaffney knocks it off that player's stick. Up the near wall now comes Vegas. Zivkovic's going to chase it down. She's going to reverse direction. A bunch of Knights there. They cut it off. Now Warner has it in the near circle. Warner's going to skate with it. She's got Gaffney ahead. Warner comes up the near wall, forgets the puck. Now she pushes it past the Vegas player into the corner. Warner's the first one there. She had Shannon open for a center. Instead, she hits Gaffney. Gaffney shoots, saved by the goalie. Warner rebounds, saved by the goalie. Warner again. Back to Gaffney. Gaffney shoots. Warner. 2 saves by the goalie. Warner knocks a girl down, no call. Back to the point, but cut off by a Vegas player. Here they come. As McVeigh applies some pressure, and Shannon comes out of there with, no, Vegas poked it deeper. 6:05 to go. They continue to poke at it. Shannon comes out of there with it, and it's back on the wall. Now it's Gaffney. Gaffney kicks it. Gaffney can't get it out. Vegas recovers. Vegas has it in between the circles. They turn and shoot off McVeigh's leg. Warner in the corner, sends it up the wall. Vegas shoots from the point, bouncing puck. Goaltender Barber pushes that to the corner. As McVeigh sends it up to the point, can't get it out. Vegas sends it in deeper. Backhand, Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic tries to send it out, knocked down by a Knight. McVeigh. McVeigh to the point, can't get it out. Vegas holds it deeper. Now it's in behind the net where Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic reverses direction weakly to the near corner. Puck there. Now back to Warner. Warner skates with it up the near wall. She's got Gaffney in the center. Colleen Warner still skating with it. She shoots, misses behind the net now. Gaffney in the corner. Gaffney tried to center, couldn't. She still battles for the puck there. She's getting plastered to the boards by a Knights player. They continue to battle. Gaffney's pushing that Knights player off of her now, as Shannon pokes at the Knights player behind the net. Scarlatelli takes a whack, and here come the Knights. Knights player and Blinka. Down the near wall. Gets around Blinka. Comes in for a shot. Hits Barber up high. Bounces into the near circle where Mrazek's going to pick it up. Mrazek with fresh legs just off the bench. Coming up the near wall. Backhands it. Goes behind the net. 4:25 to go. Puck to the near wall. Stevens. Stevens picks it up. Battles for it there. Stevens comes out of there with it. Stevens still comes out of there with it. Stevens shoots. Goaltender with a save. Scarlatelli bangs at it. Can't poke it in. Sends it into the center for Mrazek. Mrazek shoots. Goalie save. Mrazek again shoots. Stevens. Goalie save. And we're going to get a whistle. With 4:02 to go, they shot 6 or 7 times there. Goalie made a number of saves. And we're going to come here to the near circle for a draw. Mrazek, Scarlatelli, and Stevens. Looks like they're going to let Mrazek take this draw. Betzler and Blinka back. As Mrazek steps in to take this draw. She puts it over to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli to Blinka. Blinka throws it towards the net. Goalie directs it behind Mrazek. Mrazek off the back of the net. Stevens skates in behind there. Vegas player overskates. Mrazek stops it. Betzler cheated in. Throws it towards the center where they finally clear. Blinka has it back at center ice. Blinka puts it ahead to Stevens, but she had the momentum going the wrong direction, and Vegas sends the puck the other way. Now here comes Stevens with it. Stevens going to gain the blue line. You know there's a shot coming at some point. Hits the goalie high. Puck loose in the crease. And Mrazek's going to chase this one down neutral ice. Cross to Betzler. Betzler chips it ahead, too far for Stevens. 3:15 to go. Stevens needs to get out. She does. Betzler gains. Stevens covers high. Vegas throws it up the wall, but not out. And they get it by Stevens this time. Everybody gets out, and Dixon comes in. Dixon gets pulled down. We're going to get a penalty here as Scarlatelli goes into the corner with it. And we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get a penalty here on the Knights for tripping, would be my guess. As we get some fresh legs on the ice. Shannon, Makasenka, and Dixon with Bukovic and looks like McVeigh coming out on this power play. With 2:48 to go in this consolation game, Dixon wins it back to Shannon. Shannon across to Makasenka. Makasenka spin move. Doesn't get her shot off. Makasenka sends it back to the point to McVeigh. McVeigh tries to shoot, blocked by a Knight at the point. McVeigh holds the point, throws it in deeper. Makasenka gets a stick on it. She comes out of there with it. She turns. She shoots. Goalie gloves that one. And with 2:28 to go, 40 seconds in the power play left, we're going to get another draw here in the near circle. So it's going to be Dixon taking this draw with Shannon and Makasenka. 2:28 to go. Over to Shannon. Shannon to the point to Bukovic. Bukovic shot, nothing on it. Dixon tried to get a stick on it, couldn't. Knights have it behind the net. Knights take it around. Knights turn, throw it up the wall. Makasenka battles for it there. She throws it into the center. Shannon skates out and picks it up. Shannon with a weak slap shot. Goaltender gets her goalie goaltending equipment on it. 17 seconds of the penalty, 2:04 in the period. And we will have 17 seconds left in this power play as Warner, Mrazek, and Gaffney come out with Zivkovic and Betzler back on D. So Mrazek's going to step in and take this draw. Warner cheats back a little. Warner skates up, now picks it up. She gets chopped at. Battling in behind the net. Warner pushes that girl to the ground. Warner spins out in front. Warner shoots, hits the goalie, goes to the glass. Mrazek puts it out front. Warner picks it up again. Warner knocked that girl down again. Goes in behind the net now. Warner's knocked that girl down twice while maintaining possession of the puck. And here come the Knights up the far wall. Mrazek chips at it, stops it. Betzler sends it back the other way. Betzler comes up the near wall with it. She throws it across the goal mouth into the corner where Warner's going to pick it up. Warner's going to send it off a Knights player. It's going to go back to neutral ice where Betzler's going to turn and pick it up there. Betzler's going to send it in deep. Minute 14 to go. Puck around the back. Warner chips that away. Comes past Zivkovic and out here on the near side. Here come the Knights. Knights throw it in behind the net. Puck loose in front, still loose in front. Puck still loose in front. Knights player cheated in and shot, puck up high, still loose. Center off the side of the net, puck, they're banging, they're beating, they're banging, and Gaffney comes out of there with it. Gaffney sends it to the point, not out. Knights player with a weak shot gets blocked by a pen. Here comes Warner. We're going to get a call here, we're going to get a whistle. Blinka appears to be down in the crease. Not quite sure what's happening, and Corey's going to come out and check on Aubrey with 34 ticks to go. Blinka's down in the crease. And now comes Corey. He's going to check on Aubrey. Not quite sure what happened. It's the far end of the rink. It's hard for me to see as the girls take a knee. Blinka's sitting up. She would appear to be okay, but we don't know. Out comes Bukovic and Zivkovic to pick up some of Blinka's hockey equipment. As Blinka stays down. She's going to get up now. Corey's there with her. She's going to skate off under her own power. Not quite sure what the ailment or malady is, but she's skating off on her own, so that's always a good sign. As Corey helps her to the bench. Looks like it's going to be Stevens, Dixon, Shannon, Bukovic, and I can't see who the far D is. Looks like I honestly can't tell. It's too far. So 34 seconds to go. We're going to get that draw. Knights are going to get a shot off. It's McVeigh as the far D. McVeigh's going to bring it up the far wall. With 24 to go. Mari McVeigh skating with it. She loses the puck in the center. Shannon picks it up. Dumps it deep. Knights pick it up there. They're going to bring it around to the near wall. Stevens steps in and stops that player. Pulls that player down. No call. Knights up the near wall. Referees just won it over at this point. Puck loose along the near wall. 5 seconds to go. Knights have it. Shoot it in. Bukovic chops that off the near wall with a second to go. And that's it. Consolation game over. Your Penn's 12U Attanucci's prevail 4-0 against the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll give you the celebration in front of the net. I believe that's goaltender Barber's first shutout of the year, but I could be wrong. But I do believe that's her first shutout of the year. So as always, I'll bring you the handshake action. Get over the YouTube delay, and we'll be back the next time your 12U Attanucci's are in action. At this moment, I can't say I know when that is, but as always, thanks for watching. That wraps up this tournament, and we'll see you again soon. Have a good rest of your rainy, wet Sunday if you're here in the Pittsburgh area.